She said, our fathers worship in this mountain.
And ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship.
She was saying, you Jews say that in Jerusalem is a place where men ought to worship. And this woman was saying our fathers, like that land belonged to her. At the start of the conversation, she said this world was given to us by our father Jacob. That was a lie. Christ told her that was a lie. Listen.
Jesus said unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father.
Do you understand English, devil? Read it again.
Jesus said unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh.
The hour that's coming is the kingdom of heaven. You're going to be in chains. The Samaritans going to be in chains, which were Ethiopians. You don't even know who they are because you don't know no damn history. The Samaritans were Ethiopians, transplanted by the Syrian king.
When ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father.
You got that? Read it again. Because people is dumb as hell, stupid. See, this is a part of the book you didn't read. After that, yeah, the people say, yeah, we want to be with Christ and all of that, but you're not with the Most High, and you're not with the Supreme Being.
Jesus said unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship.
That is prejudice right there. That's segregation right there. Christ said, you don't know what you're worshiping. We, meaning we Jews, we Israelites, know what we worship because this book is for us. This land is for us. That's what he was telling them. You ain't going to worship in this land when that hour comes. You ain't going to be in Jerusalem as the people of the Most High when that hour comes. You damn dummy. You didn't read up the first part of that.
Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews.
Who did Christ say he came to save? The Jews. For salvation is of the Jews. That's straight out. Now we're going to Romans, the 9th chapter. You ain't got nothing else to say, devil. Now I'm going to close the book on you. You ain't got a damn thing to say. I'm not going to let you say nothing because you ain't got a damn thing to say. Romans 9, I'm going to shut your ass down now. Romans, the 9th chapter, read the first verse now.
I say the truth in Christ, I lie not.
So Paul said, I say the truth in Christ, meaning the Spirit of Christ is speaking through me.
My conscience also beareth me witness in the Holy Spirit, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption.
To whom pertaineth the adoption. What does the word pertain means? Belonging to. What is the adoption? Christ dying on the cross. I'm going to let that noise go by, and then I'm going to repeat that again. Read again for my brethren.
For my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption.
So Christ down on the cross don't pertain to nobody but the Israelites. Read on.
And the glory.
What is the glory? The kingdom of heaven. Who does it pertain to? The Israelites only.
And the covenants.
Who was the covenants of the Bible made to? You can read from Genesis to the book of Exodus. They were made to the Israelites.
And the giving of the law.
Who was the law given to? You can read from the book of Exodus to the book of Deuteronomy. It was given to Moses and the Israelites.
And the service of the Most High.
And who was made the servants of the Most High? The Israelites. Let's prove that right away. Hold that. Exodus 4:22. Exodus 4:22. See, we're not the ordinary people that you usually out here to mess around with. If you ain't got it on the ball, you ain't got a damn thing to say. After I shut your ass down, you ain't got nothing to say. I don't care how much you cry or moan, you're a damn fool. You don't know the Bible. I didn't prove that you don't know the Bible and you don't know what it's talking about.
Exodus 4:22, and thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son.
That's what the Most High told Moses to go and tell the Egyptians, the Egyptian leader. Israel is my son. Nobody else on this planet Earth is the sons of the Most High. Only the Israelites.
Even my firstborn.
Firstborn means above all nations that are upon this planet Earth.
And I say unto thee, let my son go, that he may serve me.
Now go back to Romans 9, and we're going to prove it fully in there. From my brethren again.
For my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of the Most High, and the promises. Whose are the fathers?
Whose are the fathers these records call the Bible? Israelites. So everybody can understand, Moses and the Israelite scribes with him written the book of Genesis to the book of Deuteronomy. Yahshua and the Israelite scribes that was with him written the book of Yahshua. The judges was written by the Israelites that was during that time, the judges of the Israelites and the scribes that was with them. Matthews was written by Matthews. What was he? An Israelite. And the scribe that was with him. John, St. John, so on. All the way through Revelation. Luke, Mark, and I got the pictures of them in the book bag back there. All throughout Europe. Our foreparents, when they were ruling Europe, when they took over Europe in 193 AD. You don't even know that history. Septimius, who was a black Jew, because in 70 AD they overthrew us and took us under Titus, and the Romans overthrew us in Jerusalem, and the ones of our foreparents that fled into Africa and the ones that stayed in the city that was trapped, they took up to Europe. They took up to Europe, and some of them was already up there in Europe during the Greek captivity, during Alexander the Greek captivity, and they put them in the arenas. That was us fighting in arenas like we fighting in arenas now, gladiators. So we were so powerful of gladiators, so at one point when Septimius looked around and said, look, we're the warriors. How we letting this white man rule over us? And they took the whole Roman Empire in 193 AD. And they didn't let it go until 1453. When Rodrigo Borgia and his family and a group of Europeans that got out from under captivity in Spain took Spain back. 1453, and they took Rome back. But we was ruling England until the 1700s. King James, he was a black Jew. We got pictures on him. Henry VIII. Queen Elizabeth. These people run around over there in Europe now talking about they Queen Elizabeth to this. They full of shit. I tell you straight up, they full of shit. Prince this. Okay, they're a bunch of liars. That was a black family. Queen Elizabeth I, a black queen. Her father, Henry VIII, a black king. Her mother, Princess Anne, a black princess. And they got pictures of them all throughout Europe. And we got some of the pictures in our archaeology collection. The Most High caused the pictures to be left all around this earth. And they got them in the museums. They got them in the libraries. And so on. And mainly they got a lot of them throughout Russia. Because Russia was the last place that took us down. We were ruling in Russia in the 1800s. That's why they didn't want the slaves to read over here. Because in the 1700s we were ruling in England, and in the 1700s we were still ruling in France. We was overthrown by Napoleon in France. And some of the blacks that was Uncle Tom's that went with him and helped overthrow the blacks that was ruling France. D'Artagnan, the Three Musketeers, all that was about black people. And they were real guys. Richard the Lionhearted, a black. The Crusades were black Israelites fighting against the black Arabs to take Jerusalem back. We had the white man in captivity during that time. And they historians know all of that. That's why they was afraid of, what's this guy, Leonard Jesse.